Okay, so welcome to 604CH, Church History in Focus. Welcome to page 3. We're going to look at the First World War. We're going to actually sort of start to look at these courses. I'm not intending to, if you like, to lecture through this. You can read this stuff for yourself. I think that would be handy, but I do hope that when we do finally meet, you might have watched this, it might have helped get your juices going, and it might raise certain issues and questions. Bear in mind, I'm just a village vicar, so more than likely, a number of you will know more than I do, which is why I never did want to do these courses as a lecture course. I always want to do them as a seminar discussion, and so here would be an initial discussion paper that we could get going on, and then think. And I always did have too many. 15, you can't do 15 in 10 hours, that's stupid. And so the idea was always that we might just have a discussion about, well, which of these 10 should we have a chew over and see what we're doing. So I'm going to carry on with that as an idea, and I want to produce 15 little shorties like this, just sort of skimming over some of the issues, and I hope that in the process of skimming over you go and proceed to read a little bit more. So enough of the book reviews. I think I over-egg those too much anyway, but I'm always interested if you've come across useful stuff that you think could be useful and contribute to different people's essays, because you've read of whatever theology or history that you've read that you feel would contribute to some of this stuff. Do chip it in. You're level 6 now, for goodness sake. You've got a bit of a brain about you. Actually, some of you are level 7, I gather. So that's just mildly scary for me. But I'm not having to mark the essays. That's Maura's job. Come on, page 3. Let's have a look. This is where we were going to start, and I was going to ask you who you think we might, or what you thought we might cover and talk about, because the 20th century starts with this air of optimism. Technology is growing, and there's a scientific confidence and a rise of democratic values, and so, isn't this the best place to start the new century? You consider the rapid changes. 1877, the first telephone is demonstrated, and then by the 1950s, TV is common in household features. And by 2010, everybody's got a computer. Even kids have got a computer. It's astonishing the speed with which these things come about. Onto page 4, and you see these statistics. Population of Christians. These statistics come from Gonzalez. You can see from my footnote too. What I find very interesting about these statistics is, there's Africa. We shouldn't be, I suppose, very surprised that we should look at that and go, that's bigger than perhaps we thought, but delighted to see how big that is. Christian population growing from 9.2 to 45.9. That's tremendous. And I suppose we should see 94.5% Christian in 1900, shrinking to 76, and the degree to which I don't know whether you look at that and go, well, it didn't strike me that 76% of us are Christian, and of course by now some of the more recent national censuses would probably put that figure quite a bit lower, I suggest. So anyway, when you're looking at that, you could look in a bit more detail if you like your statistics. But Stanley points to Zambia in 1991 declared itself to be a Christian country, and every now and then we English, we have a go at doing something like that to limited effect. Oh, great. I'm actually going to stop this. Hello.